So I don't know if people know this about me, it's probably very obvious. I really enjoy talking about politics. Talking about politics is one of the most exciting things for me. If I'm at a party and someone starts talking about politics, I'm always like, oh, sorry, did you mention da da da? And I just get like so into it because I think it's really interesting. I also like seeing why people believe what they believe and like, what is that? Is that my bed is so messy. I see this thing that people do where, you know, you get talking about politics and someone says, yeah, but you know what, they always have like a beer in their hand. It's like a very cynical, like, yeah, but at the end of the day, like the world's fucked. We're all going to shits. And I really hate that. I really hate that. I really hate when people say that. Because I think that in a very cliche statement way, change starts from within. If you don't believe in change in the future, then you don't believe in change for yourself. I think it's really bad to have such a negative view of humanity that we don't have the abilities to move forward. It's very easy to place the fault on society. Like society over there, those people. But we have to realize that those people are also us people. The most evil person in society is in some way a reflection of myself because we as a society have let that person down. They were built within our structure. So everyone should have a responsibility to kind of assume that there's going to be a generation or a time or a group of people that will never ever change is to have a really low esteem of what people can do. And I get it. We have done so many things as humans that's just kind of like how are we going backwards? But you have to believe that we can really change things. Like I always imagine myself as a student in the 1960s. Definitely wearing like that cute little glasses and the nice little dress, and imagine someone being like, you know, in 60 years you're gonna have a phone, you're gonna be able to get text messages from your phone, you're gonna be able to have a computer that you can search the entire world and see what everyone's doing. I'd probably tell you to shut the fuck up because it just sounds so unfathomable for my existence that I could never imagine it. So that's how I feel now. Like there are gonna be things in 60, 70 years that we would have never imagined, but we have to dream that those things can happen. We have to believe that people can really get there. If you look at the big scheme of things, like right now it seems like our society, or just to some, it seems like our society is so fucked or so far one way. If you look at the big picture, we've come such a long way. We've done really great things. If you take now compared to the 60s, like we've advanced so much, and in some ways we've moved back, in some ways we've moved forward, and that's the beauty to humanity, is that you never know what to expect. You never know how we can change things, but you really have to believe that we can change things. So it starts with yourself. I believe I can change things, and I believe that people can change things. I don't think it's good to assume that people are so dumb and that this middle America or middle world of ignorant trolls, like they're, you know, that's a big population. Like, yeah, there are gonna be people who are really ignorant, and yeah, there are people who are in some ways backwards, but there are people who are really forward too, and you gotta stay in the positive, and you just I feel like you have to be very ferocious with believing that that humanity can change. You have to be very ferocious with believing that people can do good. It's not an easy thought to think that people can do good, but it is a thought that only will lead to progression. By believing that you can see a positive future is the only way that progression is going to happen. You have to be able to visualize it. But if you think that things are fucked, you're not going to be able to visualize things in the same way. So my whole thing is, I just don't like when people talk about how fucked up humanity is, because humanity's always been fucked up, like, and humanity's always been great, and it's always going to be a balance between both. But we've done some really great things as people. Humans can be very beautiful, and humans can be, you know, not. Stay positive, and not just stay positive in like your friend group. Don't believe that your friend group is like the most positive group and all the other groups are like shit. Like, that's not true. Everyone's just, things go in cycles. Things are never stagnant. Just because you think that you have the most positive friend group or society's fucked and you're not, that just means you're at a point where you believe that you're at a good place and everyone else isn't. But that can change. So just as much as you want someone to believe in you, you gotta believe in people. And so my positivity doesn't just end with like your friend group. It's like a vision of our world. You have to be positive with how you vision our world. You have to be positive that things can change and that things will change. Because you can change, other things will change. Because you can manifest what you want, always. So, it's kind of like my stance on changing yourself and which can change your environment.